here today with our first guest, Susan Shaw. And Susan, you are with Wilson County Mayor Randall Hutto's office.
Yes.
And tell us what you're here to talk to us about today. This is something that's probably near and dear to a lot of people's hearts too.
It is, and I think so many people have gone through this. And we're starting a new program, a seminar series called Aging Matters. And it's about a variety of topics. So I'm really happy to be here and tell a little bit about it today.
And the first seminar you guys are going to talk about, the subject you're going to talk about is Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And that's what I was saying, this hits a lot of people because so many of us have family members that are suffering from some form of dementia. So tell us about that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us have been through that with our families, and it's pretty difficult to deal with. So the reason for the seminar series is to talk about issues that are important to people sort of over 55 because, as life changes, the different issues are important to you. And Alzheimer's it affects so many people, so it happens to be the first topic that we have in our seminar series, which actually is in June.
Okay. And what day in June is it going to be in?
June 27th.
June 27th. And it's also good not just for people over 55, but also caregivers. It's going to give tips for caregivers because that sometimes can be where the real stress is.
Yeah, and it's not it's not that you have to be over 55, but it's sort of in that area where you may be becoming a caregiver or recently retired or just changing life situations. And so there's a whole range of topics that become important and you may not have had reason to know about before. So that's what this seminar series aims to do, is to kind of fill that gap.
So what made you guys decide to start these seminars, and what led to that, and how many more are you going to have? Is this going to be a regular event?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. Well, Mayor Hutto had a concept that he wanted to do something to kind of to give something and address the aging community, whatever that means, aging community. But different stages of life. There's children in school, and you go to college and you get married, and all these different stages. And when you get to the point where you've had a great career or raised your children, then suddenly you might need to find a new purpose in life, or you may have a lot to give back that you couldn't before, you didn't have time for. And then there's a lot of issues that you didn't even realize you needed to know about, like how to care for somebody with Alzheimer's, or financial matters, are important, medical issues that come up, things you haven't had to deal with. So
all of those things start becoming very important, and you're very aware of it.
Yes.
The older I get, you realize there's all kinds of health things that we need to look out for and prepare for.
And I think you don't anticipate that when you're younger. You're busy with other things in life. Yeah. Yeah. And there were other people in the community at the same time that really wanted to address a lot of different issues with this part of our community. So that's how it got started.
Now, you were mentioning some statistics earlier for Wilson County, and it was about the age and...
Yeah, and I looked up to see, so what proportion of the population in Wilson County is over 55, and that was just a line in the sand to sort of say at that point. And about 25% of the population in Wilson County is over 55, and that is only increasing. So partly what Mayor Hutto wanted to do was to tap into that group, and there's a lot of knowledge in that group, a lot of expertise, and like I said, finding a sense of purpose also. So this particular seminar is to help them answer questions and get information, and we're starting a couple of other programs for this target group as well.
Right, and so again, what are some of the topics? The first one is Alzheimer's or aging. What is the second? Do you have an idea of the other topics you guys are going to be covering?
I do.
Are they going to be once a month?
Well, in 2019, we're starting with just 3 seminars through the year so that we can get our feet wet and see how it's received and how interested people are. And so it'll be June, August, and October. Okay. And for those, it'll be the last Thursday, I believe the last Thursday of the month, but we can check later for the actual dates. And we're doing them as lunch and learns. But so the topics this year are going to be detecting financial fraud and scams and how to deal with that. And that should be a really interesting topic
because that hits everybody, isn't it?
And it's so current.
I feel like I get a call at least once a week telling me that I'm going to be arrested for not paying taxes.
Yes, or emails or whatever. So that'll be a really interesting topic. And then the last one this year is going to be decluttering your home. And I just say that and people are excited about it. And I know myself, I want to go and attend and learn. And it's also for downsizing. And so whether you are downsizing yourself or you have a parent that just moved out of their home into assisted living or something and what to do with theirs, or just the fact that when you get to a certain point, you have accumulated a lot. And how do you start to get rid of these things? So we've got an expert that's coming in to talk about
That is
decluttering.
wonderful. Now, what that will be in August?
October. That'll be in October.
That'll right before Christmas when we all need to do it.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you mention decluttering, it gives me a little bit of anxiety because I'm like, oh, I want to open my attic up.
Hopefully they'll address how to address your anxiety.
I know. Don't let your college kids throw stuff like in the attic for you because that's usually when it hits.
Yes.
Okay, and so where can we go? Like, where can people go if they want more information on this initiative?
The mayor's office is a good start because we're promoting that, and we're doing it with Laura Headley, actually. She's a financial advisor, and when you asked me how this got started, I should mention that she has, with her clientele, she's just noticing that in addition to having financial questions and estate planning and you know things around financial, they also had a lot of other questions about medical and about how do I find a place for my mom to live. I need to move them.
How will this last? How can I make it last?
Yes, so she's been really instrumental in working with us on this. But for more information, they can contact Mayor Hutto's office, and you know, and they can ask for me and my phone number.
Okay, all right. And what is the phone number there?
615-444-1383.
1383 615-444-1383.
Yes.
And ask for Susan Shaw.
Sure.
And also, I wanted to mention one more thing before we have to go. This directory of services, this is the Council on Aging, and it covers several different, looks like 12 counties. People can pick this book up too. I'm going to take this one with me.
Yes, we met with them and they just put out the new booklet, so it's current, it's updated. We have several copies in our office, and it is a wealth of resource information.
That is wonderful because sometimes it's hard to, you can kind of get overwhelmed if you try to Google something. So thank you so much for being with us again today, and I could probably talk to you all day about this.
Call me anytime.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much, Susan.